Konami Studios.
Okay, Stargirl, Episode 6, The Justice Society is being formed. Wow. This show is unbelievable. Like, just the freaking amount of stuff this show does is amazing. I have a smile on my face every time I watch it. There's nothing like it. I really think this is the perfect show that captures comic book elements in this really fun and entertaining way that's very lighthearted but knows how to take itself seriously. And a lesser program would do a lot of things differently than what this show does, which I think is very impressive to what this show is. First off, we gotta talk about this. Every one of the villains gets a moment in this episode, which I'm like, hell yeah, that's amazing. Because there's other programs on TV, in comic books, in movies, that wouldn't focus this much on the villains. But each villain that we're going to see going forward gets a moment in this show. Icicle gets a lot in this. It's his wife's birthday. She is now deceased, and he and his son are trying to be together and feel that emotional journey for the both of them. But neither of them can really connect with each other, and they don't know how to handle it or to talk. And they just kind of need to focus on other things, which I think is a really cool journey. The Gambler gets a little bit to do in this episode. We'll come back to him towards the end. But we got to talk about this. This is freaking phenomenal. How do we keep making Sportsmaster and Tigress cool? How is this possible? These characters are so campy and dumb and silly, but I think it goes back, I'm going to call it the Casey Jones effect, where you take an average guy who's good at sports and you just somehow make him like dopey and cool, and everyone just thinks it's entertaining and enjoyable. Name one person who doesn't like Casey Jones. Name one person who doesn't think Sportsmaster works. Like, Young Justice made him work, and now Stargirl's making him work in live action. And I love it, because the two of them, they are these very eager, energetic parents of this girl, and they're at every sports match, they're at practice, and they're watching their daughter play on this all-male football team. And every time, something happens with the daughter, like, oh, you can't keep up, you're just a girl, you shouldn't be on this team, they freak out. They demand justice, and they kill the coach. They've killed so many coaches for their daughter just so she could keep playing. I love it to death. I also love that the daughter suspects nothing towards them being these bad people. I think that's hilarious, because I think you'd catch on, right? You'd have to catch on if you were smart in any regard that your parents killed all these coaches because everyone's like making fun of you because you're a woman. I think that's hilarious. It's some great stuff. I love it, and we're going to come back to them in a second here, but when you first see them, you just see Sportsmaster, just the dopey, goofy look on his face, the big dopey smile, everything about him. He's just so happy, and it's just this really creepy happy that you don't really understand, and it just comes off as so weird and interesting. This character's cool. I think it's fair to say Sportsmaster is cool. Same with Tigress. I just love the way she looks and just her kind of calm energy and the stoic face compared to his over-the-top smile. I think that works really well, and you buy their romance a lot, which is really cool. And aside from those, the big part of this episode is we're forming the Justice Society. We got our new characters here. They are going to be forming the Justice Society and doing something new. We get the costumes for Dr. Midnight and Hourman. Our characters start putting them on. They look really good. Man, these costumes are looking incredible. The only one that looks kind of dated to me, like it wasn't updated, was the Dr. Midnight costume, but I do expect we will see an updated costume down the line for that one. It just feels very of the time when the Justice Society was, alive and around, so I think that's kind of exciting and kind of cool. That could be really fun to see that updated going forward. And I do just like Pat finds out, because of the last episode, he finds out Courtney has all these costumes, she's given them out, and he's mad at her, but we kind of realize at the end of this episode, oh, we're going to need them because we can't lose the costumes. And I like to see that everybody gets their costumes, especially when Courtney's talking to them. Like, this is making them feel good. We see a fight with Ted Grant when he was a boxer, and how Yolanda's responding to that is like, this guy had his chance to do the comeback career, and he reinvented himself and became a new kind of fighter, a new kind of person. That's everything she's wanted. That's everything she's wanted and how she wants to reinvent herself. So she has to be Wildcat now. And with Beth just having the voice of Chuck in her head, and she's like, this is the first time someone's actually wanted to hear what I have to say, and it's a really nice feeling. So I want to be Dr. Midnight. I have to be Dr. Midnight. I don't want to lose Chuck. I think that's great. And Chuck is just so okay with it. He doesn't care. He's just like, yeah, she's fun. Cool, let's do it. It's really good stuff. And you just see Courtney's like, yeah, they're happier because of it. I'm not going to make them lose their costumes. Why would I do that? I'm not a dick. And I really like the stuff with Rick and Pat in this episode, and just because, Rick really hasn't had a positive father figure in his life, and he's just kind of angry at the world, which I still really like that. I love the energy that this actor is giving off. It's very Robert Pattinson, just in a lot of his stuff, just the way his face looks. I love it. And he's just like, I am not giving up this power. If it was my dad's, I want to keep it. You can tell me what to do, man, but I'm not giving you back this power, this hourglass. And I think it's really cool. Just a bunch of great stuff there. Another small thing I really like too is the Mike and Barbara. I think it's Barbara's the mom's name. I just forget that her name. Their chemistry is doing really well because you just see Barbara and Pat don't really have a lot of scenes together, and same kind of with Pat and Mike. You see like the father-son relationship, but it's not present. You can just tell Mike wants to have that relationship, but his father's the one that's not making time for it, which I think is really cool. And just seeing, now he's got a mother who is interested in what he does, and she gets off work to come see a science fair because he's all alone and there's all the other parents. I love that. And their relationship is growing into something I really like because I like that chemistry. I think it's really fun and energetic, and there's something really positive about it and uplifting. I love it when just a program can depict like the stepfather, the stepmother, the stepson, the stepdaughter dynamic in a positive way. I think that's a very positive and uplifting thing we should see going forward. And I think this show is doing a great job of showing that, especially in the Mike and Barbara stuff. So that's really fun. I'm really happy that was in there. But then we get the biggest part of this episode, which was our team of Justice Society, our Stargirl, our Wildcat, our Dr. Midnight, and our Hourman. They're going to go take down the gambler because we get an alert that he's trying to hack into some satellites. Look, it's just an easy guy. He doesn't have any real power, so how hard could it be? The team doesn't work together. Of course, we have to have the team not working together, and they have to kind of learn to work together in the end and do that kind of stuff. That's just a cliche. It has to happen. That's really good. I love this gambler guy. Like, just his energy is just so, like, southern draw. Like, what's the baby? Well, that was a terrible impression, but he just got that charm and interest I love. Playing some timber, it's going down. I'm yelling timber. I love that. That's some great stuff there, too. But holy cow, oh my goodness. Like, the fight scenes in this episode, I think, are unlike anything you've seen before it. I don't think there's really anything quite like the way that this show did its fight scenes in this episode. With Sportsmaster using the equipment in such a unique and interesting way, I absolutely love. But when it's him and Tigress working together, just flipping off each other, catching each other, using it as a weapon, it's like it's a dance for them. You even see them do like a classic dance pose where he's holding Tigress in his arms. They have done this for so long. They are in sync and can do all these amazing moves. And just watching the way that they move and just beat up people as they're doing it, it's so intriguing and unique, and you aren't expecting it. Because everyone, Wildcat's still trying to figure out what her fighting style is. Hourman's very brash and he's going in with all he's got. But you just see the elegance in the way that these older people move and fight. It's gorgeous and so amazing. I never thought I would be sitting here telling you guys that a Sportsmaster and Tigress fight scene where they beat up Wildcat, Hourman, and Stargirl is the best fight scene I've seen in a superhero project in, I think, a long time. I never thought I'd say that. It's unbelievable how nice it looks. Like, it just blows my mind. That is what we're doing. And the way they flip and move, it's gorgeous. And everything about it's great. And they do kind of win. The Stripe shows up, but it's too late. The satellites were released, and now they all have it. The villains are kind of come back into their own. They're going to do something powerful. But now we realize we have to make the Justice Society. So we're going to actually have to train these people. So here comes Pat to the rescue. We're training these people. Great episode. If you aren't watching this show, please watch it. It's so good. Nothing like... I love Doom Patrol. And if I had to sit down and tell you guys what I think is the better program, I couldn't tell you because I don't know what it would be. I love everything about this show. This was just a perfect episode for me. Everything about it worked so well. The villains have become very intriguing to the same level as the heroes, and I think it works perfectly. So check out episode 6 of Stargirl. And thank you guys so much for watching this review. You can like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, you can check me out on Patreon, Instagram, Twitter, and all that good stuff. And I'll catch you later. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.